Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We are here for a Zephfire reaction, his latest video, straight out of Shibuya. This is a 54-minute video. Okay, I am not gonna pause too much. I'm obviously gonna have commentary, but I'm gonna try not to pause too much because we're gonna be here for an hour. So snack, drink, whatever it is you need to make yourself comfortable, I suggest you do it now because, oh, it's about to be a whole freaking movie. All right, let's hop in. Link to the original video will be in the description. Let's run it up.
And a clean crit. It's the corner said, let me move. Whoa, don't block. Bow. Like, no, it's the peak. But if you're wondering why you're seeing my face right now instead of regular GIFs, it's because for some reason Mappa keeps taking down the intro for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Do not ask me. I don't know what it is. Hopefully with my face, I'm like so chopped. Later, like, bro, just let them slide, bro. This video was really fun to make, but I'm never making a video this long ever again, bro. This editing this was straight hell. Well, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That is literally all I had to say now.
4 a.m. Yikes.
Play right.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving, by the way. This should come out on
We're now
Thanksgiving.
about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Hope you all enjoy the
The
holiday.
craziest block party of all time. That be lit as hell. If I was in there, best believe I'm in those. But in a random act of straight terrorism, every member of the party gets Kirby sucked into the subway station. Nah, it's crazy. They aired the whole trap. And once that's finished, a veil is lifted around Shibuya. And the jarring visual of the veil just sitting on the horizon, tough. It reminds me
This
of the
arc
Demon World
was
portal from
so
Chapter Black, which is my
awesome.
favorite anime arc of all time, next to only the Dark Tournament. And seeing such a great visual replicated here brings tears to my eyes. That's what I
love
live for.
Shibuya
Like, this
art.
whole show got so many UU references, like the idea of domains itself coming from territories. But we gonna get to all that later, because the curses are in there, and they talking about some, if you don't bring Gojo, we murking each human one by one. And so they had no other option than to bring him out. Yo, Gojo, you wanna come out here? So Gojo pulls up, and this nigga annoying, man. Y'all light skins think you can get away with anything. He's straight hopping on people's heads like he can't levitate. Like, dog, these ain't even ups. He's just a piece of shit. But Gojo lands, and he ends up face to face with the ups. You came. Like, nah, this gotta be the weakest three-man in existence. Who let these niggas outside? Like, you know it's over when you see Jogo hitting that African father pose. These niggas are trash. Like, Ghetto really needs to be hung for his crimes. You picked up a homeless nigga and 2 ops so weak. When Gojo fought him, he turned him into an educational lesson on how to run
He
a
literally
fade for
did.
his students.
Like, that's
You're not serious.
crazy.
Even Jogo was tight when he heard of the plan. He's like, nigga, is this even gonna work?
I hope so.
But Gojo over there
being
cheesy, even
turned
this was street
into an
eats. He's all like, y'all can't even fight your way out of
educational
paper
lesson
bag.
is
You trying to push up on me. Man, I'll face all y'all niggas.
Man, a body's a body. You think I'm here for you? Nah. I'm getting my UAV tonight.
And they get to boxing. I love the dynamic this fight carries, man. Where these three have to use so many variables just to drive Gojo into a corner. Just so they can have even a semblance of a chance. Especially with how they use the human bait to limit Gojo. It makes this fight so much more exhilarating than a basic 1v3 stomp. But these niggas sadly have the collective IQ of Mike Tyson reading a coloring book. Like, look at them, so geek. They really thought they caught the slip. They was like, wait up, nigga. Stupid. With Gojo weaving out the way. But their plan is to use domain application not only to protect themselves, but to neutralize Gojo's curse technique, which allows them to actually land hits on Gojo. And the play that follows really shows Gojo's elite court vision. He calls ISO on Hanami talking about some
Hey there, weed.
talking like he's speaking to the plug. I still want that gas, yes. And he walks right into the jaw of the 2 ops. It don't get any realer than this. Now they both looking at him thinking he's crazy, and they attack him at the same time. But Gojo grabs his arm and turns him into Neo. And he flips to jump on the other arm, and nah.
Like, what are you
Bro, I'm
doing?
trying to watch some JJK. Why y'all recommending me Diddy?
Oh my
I'm
god.
over here trying to cook some meat and they showing me the meat master. And he has the
Oh my
audacity to
God.
up his arm too. Yeah, you a freak. And he said, why you need this when you can't even throw hands? Yaga! He flings Hanami across the stage with this Sonic Adventure type pose and starts abusing Jogo. Had him over there screaming like a cartoon character. I was starting to feel bad. But Gojo over there sniggering.
I was laughing.
But Gojo hiding under his cloak sniggering. But Gojo's trying so hard not to burst into tears because he actually has a plan. Unlike the collective IQ of this room not passing a score of 60, Gojo up at 300. He nothing like you niggas. He said all that to Hanami at the beginning only to divert all attention on Jogo to throw him off. And this leaves Hanami on the wall pondering. And the funny thing about stupid niggas, the longer you give them to think, the stupider they get.
True.
It's actually hilarious. It's like knowledge works inversely. But Hanami clearly don't get the memo. This like a white girl inviting you to her room after a party. This clear as day was bait. I knew it. Sees Gojo deactivate his limitless while beating on Jogo and is like, oh, lagging? Say less. And uses her ultimate to go straight at Gojo. And clearly, this was not a play they spoke of. That's not how the game is played. And that had Jogo straight tight. He turns around and hits that, Hanami, guard the paint! Yeah! Nah. Had me pausing this scene like I was
Gojo really
That
be
boy need
tweaking
the
for
good
real.
Lord, sweet baby Jesus.
He really
That's
be
what he need. The devil
tweaking. Like, what is his face?
I never seen someone this happy to be on a slow nigga.
Like,
Hey,
bro.
guys, I want to mention the manga. This page of Gojo's face right here has to be one of my favorite pages in manga.
What is this
period.
face?
It's literally the cover of one of my Spotify playlists. It's so visceral, especially with all the pages looking like this, and then bam. I ain't gonna lie, Geki, that's a Hall of Famer. Put it in the Louvre. And he is that Metcalf chase down geeked, and I'm like, nah, this nigga is crazy. Why is his face like that? And he grabs Hanami's antennas, and this scene right here had all the shorties geeked.
It did.
Where you're weak, right?
Nah,
I remember-
why did he say that so erotically?
I remember
Sexually
people
harassing
being
the ops, the moon
on
now,
social
nigga
media
said F12. That is not what
Crazy
we
when
meant.
that happened.
Oh, nigga, you gay.
And second off, replay that clip, DJ.
This is where you're weak, right?
I don't even know why the shorties was wet. I can do that too. This is where you're weak, right? Try. But he gets on top of him, switches the grip, and nah. This nigga should not be teaching kids. But this move right here was crazy. Had her screaming like a Ken Carson intro. And right here is where Choso tries to be useful and sprays right at Gojo. He covers him in blood, but it was just a screen for Jogo to come from behind and clock him, with Hanami following suit. And they really out here having the aura off, but it's not even a fair match. It's like when y'all compare any type of artist to Michael Jackson. Oh my god, Taylor Swift! Like such a lame ass suck, nigga. Like MJ dropped all this in one album and y'all comparing them to Shake It Off? Nigga, kill yourself. But they pushing up on Gojo and he's just like, you know,
Like,
I
he's
really
called the
don't
king of
like
pop for a
He starts
reason.
pushing up on Hanami, no hands, just straight aura. Pressing her against the wall got her helpless. The situation was so dire, Jogo had to up the pole like civilians.
Look, Gojo, I'm about to turn him to a spliff.
Do it then, nigga! And he backs Hanami into a street side mural. I know Miles Morales and Uncle Aaron go see this like,
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me.
and Gojo really has the audacity to turn around and say,
Nah, hold on.
This shit means something to me.
and Gojo really has the audacity to turn around.
This shot right here, cold. This shot was so cold. Like, why he had to look back like that? It's like, bro, you already took out one of their team. You really gotta go with the intimidation factor now too? Like, bruh.
And say next. Like, bro, let's go.
Crazy.
Oh my god, I'm horny.
But while all that's going on, we get to Yuji and he's here with, man, I know you, man. You don't play no music on her? Now I know. I got eyes. She tough as hell. But every time I see her, I'm just like,
You a pedophile.
Like, you really had to make one of the baddest shorties in the show sleep with her brother? Like, are you serious right now? As much as I'd hate to endorse it, I still would. But Yuji catches wind that his top op Mahito is in Shibuya, and he's down for all smoke. And I love this on-timing movement. He's moving just like Gon, another Tagashi reference. I'm telling you, another glaze to the goat adds another 10 points to this arc. He runs into the train station and gets to fighting this little grasshopper. And my dog turned around and hit that. Who the fuck are you? And here's where we get the fight that is mandatory in all shonen. It's on the contract. The fight that is simply there to show you how strong the main character is. You could call it the MGM, the mandatory glaze match. You cannot make me a single battle shonen that does not have a fight like this. It could have little to no importance to the actual plot and is only there just to glaze the main character. If you're really good at doing it, you have a fight just like Goku versus the Ginyu Force. Watching that for the first time will literally alter your brain chemistry. And sometimes you're so good at it, you don't even need a fight. All you need is a punch. Ask Lucy. It's hilarious how every single shonen has this, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Especially if it's written like this. The grasshopper's on the floor talking about some, I have 4 arms and he has 2. So why am I the only one getting hit? With this really messy page in the manga looking elite. But other than that, I really enjoy this fight, except for the fact that I'm watching this like someone diddled here. Because Yuji puts the beats on about to finish him off, but pause! What? Like, bro, what's up with all this freaky ish in the studio, bro? Who made this?
Who made this burger, dog? Who made this burger, man? I know y'all hear me.
I mean, I ain't even gonna finish this fight, bro. Y'all got me pissed off, man. Next! We get back to Gojo, and he's out there chasing Jogo down. And I know I just got back, but before I continue, can I complain about how similar these niggas' names are? Yuji, Yuta, Todo, Toji, Gojo, Jogo. Like, it made recording this video so annoying. Like, Genki, you're really a fraud. Dare I say the biggest fraud in Jump. You're in the same magazine with some of the coldest names ever uttered in fiction. And all you doing is swapping niggas' consonants. Bro, you're a hack. Well, Gojo's chasing him down and he's screaming for dear life. And you really think this scene's about to be the last chapter of his life until we get this right here. Mahito arrives with his appetite of destruction. And I would just say it right now, I love this nigga as a villain. Everything about his design is built for you to hate.
He's a good villain.
Even down to his powers.
He's a good villain in the sense that he was written well enough to the point where, you know, you do hate him. He was written to be a, you know, hateable villain. And that's exactly what he is. So, like, when it comes to that, he is great. And, like, as a character, he is also great. Because, again, he is such a hateable villain. And, like, I can't stand him. Like, when they... Spoilers if you haven't seen it. When he got killed off, I was like, thank you, God. But at the same time, I was like, how does this make sense? But, you know, I'm not going to get into any of that. But it's like, bro, I was so happy when they killed him off.
Nothing about this nigga's redeemable. Like, there's this one scene around this section where Yuji's talking
like,
to one of the civilians,
to be a hateable
and we see
villain,
his
and they
face
did a
get
great job
distorted in
with
front of Yuji's eyes. The panel's so uncomfortable that it actually gives me goosebumps, and I love that he's able to do that. That's a great villain on your hands, man. We might have an all-timer. But they start dropping in transfigured humans from all over the place. And this might sound crazy, but I really like how demented this plan is. These are curses, and they should not be thinking in orthodox ways to get the jump on Gojo. They should be moving inhumane, and that's exactly what they're doing. And it's actually working. They got Gojo out there frozen. But even through all this stress, Jogo still finds a way to get hoed. Because Jogo tries to sneak him, and Gojo's like, give me that shit, leaving him with one hand, one eye, straight Sasuke cosplay. And this man Jogo really tried to run away smirking too, as if we ain't catch him, nigga.
That was you.
But Gojo's still there locked in place, and of course, now that they got all the coverage that they need, the ops want to talk big.
I'm gonna make you agonize about this shit, Gojo. You can't up that fire, you can't. You bitch made.
I'm not bitch made, nigga. I make niggas bitches. Domain expansion. Limitless bands.
When I watched this scene for the first time,
0.2
I was
seconds.
a mix of
2/10 of a second is all he needed to get the upper hand. Using a domain
confused,
expansion in that
and
short of
just,
time to make sure
like,
everyone's brain doesn't turn out like sketch is an insane move.
I don't-
And this scene is cold.
I was just
With him
lost.
sprinting across
Happy,
the room,
confused,
killing
and
every
lost.
transfigured human with his bare hands. It is absolutely incredible. The only thing I gotta say is that I wish they said this line in the anime. It's one of my favorite pages in the manga, was my TikTok profile pic, and is the reference I use for my most popular video. But anyways, this scene ends with a body count of over 200 in 2/10 of a second. It's one of the greatest scenes in the show. Dare I say too great, because the ops got jealous and backdoor that nigga. And that's where we get him. And here we get Ghetto, and he is a terrific villain. With a marvelous intro too, it does everything it's supposed to. It leaves you with just enough intrigue to be invested, but enough disgust for you to hate him. Predominantly this scene right here where he removes his scalp revealing the brain, it's one of the best panels in the entire manga, up there with this Sensui stare for best manga villain introductions. It really don't get better than this. I can't wait to see what this series does with his character, and surely they don't sell him right. But once Gojo gets sealed, Yuji gets informed that Gojo got locked up. Feds did a sweep, and Yuji made damn sure the whole block knew. He said, 15 outside, baby, I sound like a damn thug. I wanted to be just like my That's a real nigga's vocals. I wanted to be just like my sensei. He a damn thug. Satoru Gojo. And from this point forward, this arc is just hands, boxing, squabbling. They dropped any and all story and said, come to the streets, bro! I will beat your motherfucking ass! And me personally, I love it. I am a simple man. Give me cool designs, cool powers, and real niggas scuffling, and I will enjoy your product. And this arc is the pure definition of it. Now, the first draft of this video, I made it.
Great writing
I
of
said,
it.
and I
It's
quote,
just
there's a
the
lot of
icing
great
on
manga
top,
arcs
or the
that do
cherry
this,
on
and I
top.
feel like this is one of the best. Now, would I agree with that statement now? Not gonna lie, after rereading and rewatching this arc for this video, I actually like it a lot less. Now, I know some of y'all don't really care because a lot of y'all can't read. But the manga version of this arc, I think, is extremely bare bones. Like, I can't tell you the amount of fights in the manga that would start and end faster than Rocky and Sairiyana. And every fight I was reading just left me like, that's it? That's Shibuya? That was like 30 pages of talking. And it brought me to a conclusion I don't think a lot of y'all gonna like to hear. JJK is carried by animation.
You need to leave.
Let me explain. Now, I hate the term carried by animation because like every term you give to an anime fan, they gonna abuse it. Like if I hear break the internet one more time, I'm sonic booming you to the chest. But my main problem with this statement is that it's extremely vague. Like what is the difference between a good adaptation and it being carried by the anime? Because if I go with what the internet says, nigga, JJK is 100% carried by animation. Like if I took the 3 most popular fights in the anime version of this arc, 2 of them in the manga are some straight basura. Megabe vs Toji, despite being a whole episode of elite hands in the anime, is a singular chapter, and it does nothing of note.
Really?
The art, whack. The paneling, whack. Half of the chapter is yapping, whack. And it's the same with Sukuna versus Mahoraga, man. That fight is 2 chapters long, and it does nothing special. These fights are only good because of the anime. And I'd go as far to say most of the fights are carried by animation if we go as far back as season 1. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, it's the manga, bro. Of course it's gonna be worse.
That's
Flag
not
on play, that's a
necessarily
flagrant
true.
foul, false information. Because damn near every shonen great, the manga fight is at least comp. You can make the argument that Goku versus Frieza is literally better in
Like,
the manga.
sometimes
I feel
in
like
manga
90%
or
of
even
Naruto fights are
webtoons,
interchangeable
depending on the
within the anime and the manga. And One Punch
Sometimes
Man's manga is
reading
just
it
better.
is better
And
than
even with how
watching it.
godly season 1 was animated, the manga is still gonna force a game
with
7.
Tower of
So
God,
no,
the
I'm
anime,
not taking that as an excuse.
the
So if you
webtoon
want to
is
say
so
JJK
much
is
better.
carried by animation, feel free. I brought this up
God
as
of
something
High
of a
School,
discussion.
that's
I
another
wouldn't
one.
say it is, but I want to know y'all's
Webtoon,
thoughts.
so
I only
much
reserve
better.
the term carried by animation for things that are written badly but animated so well people forget it was written poorly. Ace. But anywho, so it's revealed that they cannot save Gojo unless they take down the barrier, and they gotta break these 3 nails in order to do so. And these 3 nails are being guarded by Wario's snow cousin, Japanese Aunt Jemima, and
The top of his head.
Bruh.
Now this gotta be the sorriest 3-man squad next to these niggas. Now even though their old ass should now be outside, they're here for a reason. They're trying to get revenge on Gojo. And that's because this man Gojo is so him. This nigga changed the difficulty level of the server just by spawning. And I can't even blame him. Imagine being in the same Fortnite lobby as Prime Daquan. I'd feel the same way if it was grown Gojo. Nigga, this a toddler! You got ran out your hood by a nigga that can't even digest? Like, nigga, you deserve it. Like, imagine getting ran out your hood by Lil Artsy, bro. Y'all are not serious. But anyways, they over there hiding on top of a skyscraper talking about some, yo, they can't find us, right? Nah, we too high up.
What did you say, nigga?
They rise with this clean pull up, and Yuji hits the old nigga with the Spider-Man, beaming him to the floor. And that leads into the fight with Yuji and Megumi against Jiro. And tally up the jumping counter. It's
I was
not
about to
going
say,
down
they
anytime
stay
soon.
jumping
With the
people
amount
in
of
this,
jumping
and I
they're
love
doing,
it.
you think they're 5 little Kaisenats on a bed. But this fight is crazy. I love the creativity of this entire match. Jiro's ability is one of the most creative I've seen in anime. But if there was one complaint that I had for this fight, I wish there was more of a challenge trying to find out how his ability worked. Because I like how Megumi tries to figure it out, but he pins it down way too fast. Geki really gave a here nigga damn solution. Like, nigga, could you try? And he had the audacity to try to be cold too, thinking he's a Cape Crusader, dog. And you corny! But other than that, this is an incredible fight. I know people call Yuji Mr. Left Right. Real niggas know it's Yusuke. But Yuji really got a top 3 anime fighting style. He straight hit at parkour and pistol whipping V's at folk. How can I complain about this? This peak. But overall, this is a great little mid-arc fight. But next up, we got this nigga up against the Shiesty.
I was just about to say that dude that Yuji pulled up with had on the shiesty. I was just about to say it. Bruh.
I'm still confirming you that the sorcerers are just some hood niggas. I don't know what to tell you. You're stupid. Now,
I
my
was
nigga gets
just about to say that too.
And the main reason the Shiesty Warriors even winning this battle is because you see all these attacks he's throwing out? These are for the grandma. Yes. YNs are dunking on their moms now. Who let this nigga on the streets? And Shiesty Warrior attacking the grandma is the only reason why he's taking all these hits. Like, bro, I don't even know who to root for anymore. The Diddy Disciple or the Crash Dummy. It's looking real scary. But she sees her son getting whooped and she's talking about some, son, take your perk. Man, I know grandma. But little did that nigga know, the plug done laced him. Oh my God, nigga, this perk. And here we get the return of Toji. Real niggas don't die. And this old lady really had me crying. She moving just like Megumi. You brought out Toji for this nigga? And I'm crying. This is the first shonen anime of all time where no one in the cast wants a clean fade. You got Ichigo and Bleach letting you go so we can fight you at your best. Goku wanting the fade no matter who you are for real. You pull up on any cast member in JJK with the intention to smoke, you're getting a nuke dropped on you. Like you really had Megumi about to drop a worldwide calamity curse just to fight a horny nigga with CTE. Like they really taking the meaning out the word jumping. They really ganging up on seafood. Nigga. But we get back to it and Toji does the shiesty nigga so bad. He's like, "Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But Pooh, you know I'm really shiesty." Removing the ski and goes, "What did the 5 fingers say to the face?" Beating this nigga into
The craziest thing about that is that he was
hitting the face so
slapping
much
him.
he turned into handsome Squidward. And he booms the old woman too. He's like, "Hey, you a sorcerer too, right?" Yes.
Flash step.
12, nigga.
I genuinely hope I don't get claimed for that.
Yuji carries on while Megumi stays behind to take care of Ino. We get a glimpse of Nanami approaching the scene. We get a small little clip of Mei and oh my God. Physicists would have to defy all laws of thermodynamics as we know it to remove my tongue from her booty.
Oh my God.
This is a sick Negro.
And here we get Nobara against this
Yo,
nigga. Now
chill,
Nobara
dude.
is such a sad case, man. Because up to this point, I mess with her heavy. You mentioned Nobara, I'm like, that's my guy! That's my guy! we really locked in for real. I really like what the series did to her character, and there isn't many female shonen characters I'd put over her, unless they're from like One Piece. And by the time season 1 ended, if you ask me, she was a projected Hall of Famer.
She
But sadly,
was.
she turned out just like Ben Simmons. And I want you to listen to me when I say this. You are trash. Like, I really thought she was gonna change the game until I realized this is essentially her last arc. In the only 2 fights that she has. Ain't nothing I can do about it. It's actually sickening. Everyone in the main 4 gets a win, a cold moment, or at the bare minimum, a cool fight. And Nobara gets nothing but a first date with the pavement in her only 2 fights. If a loser like Megumi could have 3 whole fights, Nobara should too. Like, come on, bro, that's just not fair. And my goat, my queen, my sunshine is losing to a Twitch streamer of all things. Hey, 50 gifted for every woman I kick. Yeah, that man Haruta was moving grimy. Took out Nobara in 1 hit, got it looking like a Mortal Kombat fatality, and started torturing this sweetheart right here. He was like, yo, chat, W or L God? Like, nah, brother, youth is cooked. This man moving like Trump becomes prime LeBron the moment his opponent's a woman. And just to prove my point, watch how this next nigga does him.
This was another moment where people were wilding on me.
In all caps, pulls up. And the way he does this nigga,
People were
is straight grimy.
insane.
He walks up on Haruta talking about some, where are your partners? This nigga asking me like I'm gonna snitch, chat. Get the fuck out of here, unk. And this man took both hits like nothing happened. It proceeds to say, why you touching me instead of answering the question? You read Braille, nigga? Fine, read what my fist says. Now, did you read that, nigga? In this frame right here, had every shorty geeked. And I can't lie to y'all, I can see why. That man's physique looking marvelous. And he throws Haruta across Japan faster than the commuter rail. And then we get back to Yuji. Wait, hold on. Is that Twin and Umaki?
Nigga didn't know it's me.
Yeah, I ain't see you there, not gonna lie, bro. What they got going on over here?
Hold on, got that old coupe outside.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go catch some smoke, bro. You trying to pull up? Alright, I'm gonna leave you to it, bro. Yuji begins his chase down in the subway station, and this fight right here starts on sight.
Oh, with Choso, right? Is that his name?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, nigga. My nigga saw a sorcerer and he said it's on sight. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I love to see. And this is one of the best fights in the arc. The animators were straight up flexing.
Yeah,
the
that
colors
fight
were
was
looking
really
good.
good.
The animation, glorious. They even switched the first person so you could get all in on the action. Like,
And they were really creative with it too, especially when they took it to the bathroom.
The first person
That was
business,
really
I'm not gonna
creative.
lie, gang, back up. You invaded my personal space. But this fight is extraordinary. I love how their mixture of fighting styles bleeds within the fight. With Choso being a ranged fighter trying to keep distance, while Yuji closes the gap trying to keep it in the streets. And I love how it shows itself in the fight, specifically right here. Yuji jumps in the air as bait, and like a IG bot DMing a horny nigga, Choso fell for the bait, thought it was free eats. Stupid! He hits another right into a mean right. But right before his right lands, Yuji begins his inner monologue. And I'm here to tell you right now, if an anime character is explaining their plan before they execute it, nigga, that plan's not happening. It's like a sick joke. They'll spend 10 minutes explaining the plan only for it to go wrong the direct next scene. Animes are the greatest to ever do it when it comes to wasting your time. But that's exactly what happens right here, because Choso hits him with a sniping his back, and Choso immediately goes to stab the Tims. And I'm not gonna lie, my boy, right there, he did you a favor. Please throw them Under Armour Tims away. Yuji gets launched away, and that's when Mechamaru pulls up like he's Steve Kerr. He's trying to coach Yuji to a championship. He's down 3-0. And to do this, they hide in the bathroom, and Mechamaru starts talking mad hot. And I don't know why Mechamaru, Mr. Cyborg, is out here talking like the introduction to this arc wasn't him getting backed. Like, I mean, I guess. Toso chases him in the bathroom only for the sprinklers to come raining down, and that disables his blood-bending powers. Now, this is because of a little thing called osmosis, but I'm not gonna explain this, bro. Who y'all niggas think I am? Bill Nye? No, nigga. And this is where they really get to the boxing, and this is where everybody be gassing up this fight, and this is where, despite my rant earlier,
so
I gotta give respect to the manga.
opinion.
Fighting in the bathroom with the water as a backdrop is so dope. And the bathroom is such a genius place to have
Dude,
a
this
fight too,
was
because
so
it's instantly
cool.
relatable, and it makes the crazy parkour ish Yuji does that much more enticing. But we get back to it with Yuji kicking Brody through 50 whole stalls. Yuji runs in and they hit a clash, and Choso sprays that nigga in the face. And this is where Yuji moves a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, he hit the JP. You ever hit a mediator knee? And the fight ends with Choso pummeling this nigga to the wall. This is definitely my favorite fight in the arc, and I love how this ends. Choso randomly getting the memory that Yuji's his brother and letting him go. It's a fantastic ending. I lie, nigga, that's trash. Choso randomly getting the memory that Yuji's his brother just feels so contrived. And I get that that's his ability. He felt that for all of his brothers dying. But that does not change the fact that this feels like such a cop-out, bruh. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. It's just such an unsatisfying ending. Instead of it feeling like a clever twist that you would be able to find out before it's actually revealed, it just feels like this nigga wanted to save Yuji for plot. Like, I don't feel satisfied when I read this, nigga. I feel angry. Like, imagine if you're watching Star Wars and right before Darth Vader kills Luke, he's just like,
Leave me alone!
and then lets him go. Nigga, that be trash! And that's exactly how I feel at this. I don't feel satisfied when I read this ending. Nigga, I feel like I got robbed. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Y'all can let me know in the comments if I'm missing the point of this ending, but I ain't mess with it at all, gang. All right, rant over. So, anyways, we get back to P-Dip. QP. And they out here jumping this lobster. It's a pretty cool fight. It doesn't do anything crazy or anything of note, I'll be completely honest. Especially with the attempt to make Megumi look useful. But if anything, it just makes him look slow. Because he comes from outside the domain, enters the domain, and his main plan inside the domain is to break the domain. And if you read JJK for more than 4 epic seconds, you would know domains are easier to break from the outside. And this nigga with all 3 of his brain cells decides to take the harder route. Like, I don't know if you was trying to be Superman for Maki or something, but this made you look so effing stupid. But for a final compliment, Dagon's domain looks really cool. Megumi finally breaks a hole in the domain, and just when they're about to escape, I saw the box of the narrator glazing. I was like, yup, we about to get a banger. And he was out there spitting, they were all about to bear witness to the flesh of the one who is free. So Toji pulls up without warning in the coldest way possible. And these anime narrators be giving the most Hall of Fame type of glaze. And normally I'd be frying them, but they are so tough, I have to let it slide. The speech he gave right here, the moment he appears talking about something to the one who left it all behind, and his overwhelming intensity. Like, that's what you call motherfucking bars, nigga. Like, I would say you D-write it, but shit, nigga, I'm bouncing too. This scene and Gojo's equivalent are both in my top 10 of the entire series. The narrator.
So you like when they tweaking? That's what I'm hearing. Gojo was tweaking there. Toji was tweaking here. People really like it when these OP anime characters be tweaking out for real. Alright.
Raider had no reason to glaze like that, and he was out there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like it too, but it's like there are tears to it, you know?
She got out-auraed and immediately goes to run the fade. As
Yo,
the
fact that
manga
he just
says,
snatched
she
her
had
weapon out of your
become a
hand?
puppet
Crazy.
of carnage. He just looking for the strongest nigga to fade. He think he that one nigga, and he straight works him. Look at this nigga. He up here throwing this nigga across the ocean like he's in Surf's Up. Straight eating all the attacks he throws at him and... What the fuck? Again, who was in the studio? Got him dangling his tongue like this. Nigga, you're 40. And with everything in his arsenal, bro is getting mollywopped. Toji really hit him with the pick the J's, nigga. Yeah, even the side niggas were getting concerned. And while they escaping, they just look up in the air and see Toji hit that.
Now it's over.
And combos that nigga into oblivion with this corpse laid on the floor and Toji standing in front of them.
Ready for the next fight.
And after witnessing all that, they all out there speechless. And this man Toji starts menacingly walking towards them. The anime playing no music whatsoever. They want you to hear them crusted ass J's leaving blood on the floor with every step. And this right here had me at the edge of my seat, especially with the manga going, fighting solely on instinct. He bares his fangs at the strongest around. I was like, nah, who's it gonna be? This the greatest ISO of all time. But as if it was a sick joke, as if Gegi was writing this page cackling, this nigga chooses Megumi to run the ISO with. Like, nigga, I almost left. You want me to say that again? Megumi for the ISO. Man, that boy getting crossed. And this fight is cool, kind of disappointing, but it's cool. And this is where I can talk about my Megumi complaints. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's just cause he's boring. When he's bouncing off of other characters like Yuji Nobara or even Gojo, he is so entertaining. His straight man act is perfect. But all the three characters I just mentioned, even though they're by themselves and not in their usual bubbly personalities, they are still insanely captivating in their own right. This nigga has two emotions, and we see this one once. Like, if I was to put this to words, he's just a sauceless Karama. And when I rewatched this fight for this video, it really just confirmed my thoughts. This was just a perfect opportunity to add some more to Megumi's character. Like, just giving me a little something. But you know what we get? Zilch, nada, nothing. Like, if I was in my regular commentary mode, nigga, this fight's a 10. Look at how he manhandles this nigga. He's like, make. Get you.
No
This
looking
man
that,
killing the
by
gang
the
of
way.
rabbits with pebbles from the air. And the
Again,
animation of this
no
fight
looking
is
that.
just impeccable. If I was in that commentary mode, these complaints wouldn't even come up. And it's like, bro, he's fighting his father and all we get is hands, no character, no interaction, nothing. I went to Gegi, I said, y'all got character development? He said, nah, we got aura, nigga. And the moment Toji finds out that Megumi's his son and this fight could actually get interesting, this nigga kills himself. Like, is this nigga serious? Like, I've never seen such a narrative castration. The moment it's about to get interesting, he just dies. Just like the Choso ending, I feel like this is an insane writing choice. How did this slide? Now, I'm not asking for the most thematic-ish of all time, but it's like nothing. Like, even Vegeta, when he learned about the fate of his parents on Namek, nigga didn't even care, and he still kills him. But I would rather have the prospect of me getting a panel like this showing that he doesn't care than me not even getting the interaction, because even this small of a panel adds a great layer to Vegeta's character, and we could have got something like that here, but we get nothing. I don't know. Again, y'all can comment if I'm missing the point, but I've seen no one complain about this, but it was so glaring when I rewatched this arc for this video. But narrative aside, nigga, this fight still bang. They was in them straight trenches. And the end of this fight leads into the best fight in this arc. And in order to get there, we gonna have to switch gears to another character. And we return to these three, and they end up encountering Jogo. And in a scene that shocked the world, Jogo really squad wipes all these niggas, beating Nanami in their chest, and before Maki can even react, gun to the back of your head, name a year Joe and B went to the finals. Trick question. And the old nigga really tries to hit the jets, but nah, beamed with no effort. It seems like this where you forget that he's actually a formidable threat. It reminds me of Yamcha. All the readers think the character is not like that. Whole time he is. His matchups are just extremely unfair. Besides literally the Cybermen, every fight he's been in is against the strongest nigga in the arc. And in some of them, he actually does pretty well. But nah, man, Yamcha's a useless Z fighter. As if Chaozu is not there. Not a Dragon Ball video. This is not a Dragon Ball video. Let me chill out. But Joko's about to finish him off, and
I mean, for real though, like with DBZ in general, it's just unfair because unless you are a non-human entity, or at the very least in the case of 17 and 18, like being a cyborg or an android, like unless you're a non-human entity, you're just not going to scale up to like these other fighters anymore. Because think about it, all of the, like, you know, no plot armor, like you're actually being realistic, the only ones who are truly capable of like giving us these high, greater scale fights are the Saiyans, right? Goku, Vegeta, Broly, the pure Saiyans, and then you have the hybrid Saiyans, Gohan, and then like when they fuse and like actually take things seriously, Goten and Trunks, Kid Trunks. But then you also have future Trunks when he's around. But then you go from them, those are like the Saiyans and like even like half Saiyans, but they still have that non-human part of them, right? Then you go from them to Piccolo, a Namekian, who's just like not human, not Saiyan, but he's still like incredibly powerful, right? And then you go from him to the androids, who were specifically designed to be these super, like these superhuman level beings. But then, just like having all these other different aliens and whatnot, human beings cannot scale up to that. So like already, it's just not fair because all of these other beings have these parts of their DNA that make them capable of constantly evolving, constantly getting stronger. Meanwhile, the humans are like, hey, we're here too. like it's already not fair. Like OG Dragon Ball, it's like, okay, like they're gonna be incredibly powerful because virtually every threat that they were going up against in that show, like the OG Dragon Ball, they were human, or at the very least, they were like just androids who hadn't encountered things like Saiyans yet, like Super Saiyans, right? So, you know, people tend to get on the like, Yamcha's trash, Tien's trash. It's not necessarily that they are trash, it's just that they cannot possibly scale up to these beings who are given powers and like, you know, DNA that is constantly evolving and progressing at a level that human beings just cannot keep up with. So that's my little DBZ tangent. Take with that what you will, but let's get back to it.
He feels the straight.
It's just
now,
not
I don't
fair.
know whether to call this Sukuna's aura or unbounded glaze. Nigga, this is insane. I don't even think Ebony Maw was that bad. You felt this nigga from across this city like, nigga, you're a freak. And then we got these two girls here fingering Yuji. And Jogo's like, stop! You're gonna finger my king without me? Like, nah, bro. Why am I even covering this, bro? He's 15! When all that's over, Jogo looks over and all he sees is,
Back up, nigga.
Come on, bitch!
got me back outside with these dirty ass Uggs on. That little nigga needs some trip. He stained the phones! How can he stain them and still have this finesse? I don't like when niggas my height. Get down. You really pulled up on me with a sky top? Man, you is a bitch. Speaking of bitches, what that mouth do?
Sir, we're 16.
Oh, my fault. Raise your heads.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What kind of minor ass comes to a function in Shibuya? Did you not see the flyer? Grow hoes only.
Get it? You canceled the bitch!
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. You just flipped our whole two-man. She busy, little bro. My fault, I had too much fun. But as we can clearly see, Sukuna just went on a rampage. And he looks at Jogo like, hey, you next. And Jogo tries his best to bargain for his life. And Sukuna says, I normally don't do this. But for you, my friend. Hit him with the classic Arab line. If you hear that, you're getting a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And Sukuna says, if you can land one hit on me, I will do whatever you want. But while you do that, I'll kill everybody in Shibuya. And that nigga Jogo said, bet. Not knowing he just signed a death warrant. Because I went to go get a drink of water. I came back and he got this nigga looking like he's, buddy, the fight just started. He tries to boom Sukuna, but peep the impact frame. Niggas veneer so strong it's showing through the impact frame. What in the f is going on? And while he was charging that blast, Sukuna broke his arms mid-impact and throws a brick at this nigga. And I gotta respect Jogo. He's getting up with his head dented, still trying to box. And this fight, whether in the anime or in the manga, is incredible. Seeing Jogo pull out all the stops just to get on this nigga, and Sukuna beating him down with straight ease. I'm talking straight kicking this nigga, talking about something. Ain't got a Sukuna, ain't got a Sukuna, ain't got a Sukuna. Beaming him down an entire skyscraper, talking about some, you know, under this gorgeous moonlight, I can see how disgusting you are. Did that boy just like Soldier.
Oh, yo, I can see that you been whacked.
And then whenever Jogo would try to put his hands on him, Sukuna would say, these?
You ain't gonna get these back.
Breaking his hands every time, you get it smoked. I love whenever Sukuna pulls up because he always completely flips the direction of the story. And this fight is a great example of it. He pulls up and gives everybody a bad time. Like this one part here where Jogo unleashes an entire meteor. And when civilians try to leave the scene, Sukuna's like, English or Spanish?
No.
I mean, I speak English, bro. If you move, you're gay.
Bro, he was so unserious.
It's one of the most tense scenes in the entire arc. I love it.
You have basically a whole meteor dropping down, and he said, if any of you move, I will end you. Like, he is so unserious.
And when they let it off, I'm crying. Why is the next scene this nigga dead? I don't know why JJK loves to do this. I'm not gonna spoil any characters. You know I can't say that. When Gojo dies, they do the same thing. I don't know why he doesn't like showing the niggas dying. We just go straight to the afterlife post-game talk. I don't like it in Gojo's context, but here it's actually more disrespectful than showing how he died. But anyways, we get my favorite moment in the entire series, where Sukuna looks at Jogo and is like, you fought well, my nigga. You really had that fire on you. Stand proud. You strong. Did this nigga just glaze me? Yes, young nigga. I did. And after that, for whatever reason, Yurimi pulls up and Sukuna's like,
Darnell, that's you. Boy, look at you. Boy, looking like 1968.
Megumi's walking out of the fight with his father looking destroyed. And sadly, he runs right into Haruta. Hey, yo, chat, I'm about to do this nigga real grimy, bro. Plugs don't touch. And Megumi gets back up like, the way this next nigga's about to do you, you should have been streaming on Kick. And despite this nigga Megumi trying to summon Maharaga on a jobless, horny high schooler, a tree, and a psychopath, him using this ish Arkai Sonnet is the only time he was ever justified. Haruta sees Maharaga pulling up and look at him, feeding to materialize. And Megumi sees the fear in his eyes and he's like,
You scared? You should have stayed the fuck home.
We outside.
Don't worry, it's gonna be okay, right, chat? Oh, nah, bruh.
And Haruta's over there, fearing for his life. And just when Maharaga's about to take it, Sukuna pulls up to save his sorry ass. And although this fight really ain't moved me in the manga, I think we could all agree in the anime this is by far the best fight. In this fight, I really couldn't put to words how incredible this is, bro. They had the MAPPA animators working triple overtime just to get this out. And it really got to the point where the animators were just shooting everything on the court. I'ma just commentate some of my favorite segments, like this one right here where Maharaga rushes right at Sukuna and Sukuna hits him with the JRPG ultimate, splitting every limb off this nigga. But you know Maharaga, once he gets hit with it once, he's like, I understand it now. Moving like Lethal Shooter and uses all of his disembodied limbs to come at this nigga. Watch the right, cut, weave. Meanwhile, the arm flies off and then grabs Sukuna's right. Nigga said, get off me. Pop, pop, weave. Got him standing off like it's a pay-per-view. Then he jumps off to destroy the ceiling. Sukuna lands behind him only for Maharaga to hit him with the Falcon knee, flying across the stage. Maharaga loses half of his body and said, eat that, and said another, sending him flying across the arena, getting the rest of his body to stomp on him. Sukuna spin moving out, hitting that. blowing the top off the entire area. Got Mahoraga so confused he started hitting the air. Get that guy on the map. And then Sukuna just starts dancing on him. Watch this slice, weave, move around this nigga and slices again. And then we got Mahoraga hitting a clean.
This fight was
and Sukuna said, let me move. Whoa, don't block,
the
nigga.
animators, bro.
Like, no, nigga, this shit peak. Like, bro, whoever animated this part, give this nigga a raise immediately. And this fight is literally 20 straight minutes of some of the best animation you'll ever see. You got Sukuna hitting him with so many body shots, you think he's 50 Cent, only for him to get up like... Standing ovation for this fight. It's one of the best ever made. But let's wrap this up, shall we? We got Sukuna throwing up his gang signs, hitting Malevolent Shrine. Hold on, bars.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
And let's just say they push Shibuya up in flames. Look at all this fire. Look at the destruction. All while Sukuna's laughing at the top of his lungs. It's horrible. And he kills off Mahoraga while wiping out the entire city. And this nigga being the elite D-head that he is. Once he has racked up the kill count to probably over 9,000, gives control back to
much more than that,
causing him to have a mental breakdown. Like, nigga, you an elite piece of shit. What is wrong with you? And not even the show taking Yuji seriously, because while he's breaking down, they decide to play the ending theme during his moment. Niggas always say men's mental health matters until they have to actually help a man. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. But anyways, Nanami somehow survived against Jogo, and he's having his last stand against these horde of curses. It's so sad but fire at the same time. Although I think horde fights are a seriously underrated art form, last stand fights I think are just as cold, and they put both of them into one. Incredible. It's like watching a Warriors game, and I'm not talking Curry, I'm talking this. And while crossing them up, he's over there thinking of a better life, only to get stopped by Mahito. And Yuji pulls up only to see. And this is such a great catalyst for the ensuing fight. Yuji already hates Mahito enough. It's a great send-off to Nanami, a seamless spark of motivation for Yuji, and another reason to hate on that nigga. He really up there with one of the greats like Prime Gabby and AOT, Danzo from Naruto. You're talented if you could write a great villain, but you're a different breed if you could write a hateable character. Especially with this scene right here. What the hell are you? Mahito! You don't have to shout! I can hear you fine! Yuji Itadori! Nah, I hate this nigga
crazy.
so much.
I hate him. But that's the point. Like, he was written so well.
Right when Yuji's about to break it down, it says... I love how his despicably evil traits just beam through every action he does, even in the fights. Yuji obviously hesitates and he backs away, only to get pursued by this giant worm. And Yuji really pressing back his mouth with his bare hands, dog. Look at his teeth. Got my mans looking like he British. And Mahito really hits him with the Diddy deception. He comes out of this nigga's throat like peekaboo nigga and sucks him. Have my dog rolling like a bowling ball. But this, like I stated, is a fantastic fight. Great animation. Mahito and Yuji bounce off each other beautifully. And Mahito being so proactively evil just makes this fight so entertaining. Like him stabbing a puppet Junpei in Yuji's face is all the way diabolical. Like, I promise you, let a nigga do that to me, he's gonna wish he sees hell. And this fight is also just mad creative, adding so much more than what was in the manga. But there's this one section where they do this close quarters hallway combat, and this is really Yuji's domain. You a little boy. Mahito can't hang. Got him looking like King Crimson. If you know, you know. Having Yuji kicking the wall so you could have more space and dodging spikes while handling Mahito. This whole section was looking like a Mario Galaxy level, twin. I was tweaking. We got a section where Mahito's hitting Mega Man blasters all on Yuji. And even a fantastic scuffle in the elevator. Even though Mahito tries to diddy him.
Yeah,
this gotta be a top 2 fight in the entire arc. If I was to break down everything that happened, we'd be here all day. day. But while Yuji and Mahito are boxing, Nobara's also fighting a Mahito clone. It's a great little scuffle as well, and it shows why Nobara is also the perfect antithesis to Mahito when it comes to fighting. So when we get to Yuji and Mahito, Mahito uses a human's body as literal Kool-Aid as a screen so he can backdoor Yuji. Like, dog, what type of Draymond Green ass screen is this? And I was watching him charge in like, no. If he got this off, I'm making sure Genji's throat got more holes than 50 Cent. But because of Nobara's Renaissance technique, I'm not going to explain this shit put on the screen. It leaves both Mahito stunned, and Yuji gets to work.
What happened? Is this supposed to happen?
That's Mr. Left
okay.
Right, nigga. He's getting pissed so bad he decides to turn into little niggas.
Was that for
like,
copyright?
Nigga,
I don't know
this
what
nigga
just
damn
happened
near
there.
as cracked as Majin Buu. What ability does he not have? But the two Mahitos leave Yuji and Nobara into a trap. And the thing that's crazy, the Mahito clone ain't even know she knew Yuji. But he was like, man, the way this bitch speak, I know they have to know each other. I'ma bring her corpse to his body and destroy his soul. But they dap up and Mahito runs at Nobara, had Yuji in the back like, and I swear to God, the show must be working with the curses too, because they really left this shot of Nobara holding her eye for 40 straight seconds talking about some, oh no, my eye is hurting. And they have the audacity, the gall, nigga, the nerve, immediately switch the scene to 2009. Let me say that again. Nigga, 2009.
They knew.
Bro, I hate when anime do this. Y'all ain't give a fuck about that bitch till she was dead. It's so sad. It's like when artists die and niggas go through their whole discography pretending they're hip. You did not know Takeoff in 2009, nigga. Like, bro, bro, the trope just gets me so mad. Like, I can't think of a single nigga who actually legitimately likes it, yet it continuously happens. Which one of y'all niggas is actually caring about a character after a proactive flashback? Like, bro, stop doing it. This shit stink. Like, how about, crazy idea, right? Y'all make me care about the characters before they die. Demon Slayer don't tell you anything about any character until they're already in hell, and I cannot begin to describe the amount of times Agami got killed does it. And this is just the tip, no Tiana. I can name 50 other shows. How many popular characters that you named that had a very short runtime, but were immensely popular after they died? That's because when you kill off a character niggas like, they just gonna like them more. If you want to do a backstory after death, do it like Itachi. That flashback flip.
Yeah, bro. They did it perfectly with Itachi. Itachi shows up. He is such a villain, such a hateable guy, killed all his family, blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't know anything. You don't know anything other than this dude put Sasuke through it. And then they don't show us the truth. Like, from Itachi's perspective, everything that happened until after Itachi was dead. They did this perfectly for him.
Everything we thought we knew
He's
about
one of my favorite characters in Naruto because of how they did
bad, nigga. I don't. Rest in piss. And when Yuji sees Nobara's corpse on the floor, this man breaks into straight tears. And I was watching this expecting an Orihime breakdown type scene with my man Yuji just lost in the sauce. But no. Because while he's crying, all you hear is the zooms of this nigga running. And he said, watch out, watch out, watch out! And hits a crit on this nigga. And he does this man Yuji so bad while talking the straight illest. And I love it. I love the speech he gives. It perfectly encapsulates the arc and the moment. The dried out colors in the animation really emphasizing the beatdown makes it so much harder to watch. And the fact that there's no music too, all you could hear is Mahito beating on Yuji's body. It's great, bro. Get these niggas at Mappa a Grammy. But before Yuji's sent away, all you hear is,
tell them where you from. Straight out of Compton.
Yes, sir.
and I love this nigga's pull up, bro. The chain on, the fit iced, and he talking about some we the exception. You heard that? We ain't
Yes,
like you niggas.
sir.
And Toji reminds Yuji of the thing that helps any man out of depression. A bad bit.
Light skin ass. Light skin bushy. Fuck. Light skin but got a fat ass. She look like J-Lo.
I'm telling you, I never seen a nigga get up so quick. And here's where we get Todo and Yuji against Mahito. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this fight as much as other people. And it's not even because this fight is bad or anything. There's a lot of segments of this fight I really enjoy. This battle comes off more as basic fighting instead of the immense creativity that was just in Yuji versus Mahito. But there's still some great visual segments, fantastic moments, like all three of them unlocking 120% of their potential, Mahito copying Gojo with this 0.2 second domain expansion, and Todo literally cutting his arm off so he doesn't become the Gorlock. This fight is still impeccable. It's not really one of my favorites, but it's a great finisher to the arc. Especially with the Yuji finisher against Mahito's final form. Hit him with the...
Bro, the sound design.
And when it's all over, Yuji gives the same speech Mahito gave to him. And they play off each other fantastically. Because Mahito is using that speech to instill despair inside Yuji. Try to make him realize he's a little boy in a larger plot. And in this speech, Yuji's like, nigga, I know. I'm just doing what I have to do. And if I have to kill you again and again and again, nigga, I will gladly do so. Well, let's go home. It's over. This is one of Yuji's best moments. And Mahito gets to run in like the little bitch he is, only to lie at the feet of Geto. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like how this arc ends. Like, I don't know about y'all niggas, it just feels so messy. It feels like the Bleach Soul Society ending, but like, not as cool. Because literally 50 niggas spawn in, and then Geto's like, see you in the next arc. And yeah, that's it. It's literally a sauceless version of the Soul Society ending. It's damn near the same thing, but infinitely worse. Now, the ending of the arc may be disappointing, but the ending of the entire season? Hell nah. Because it ends with Yuta staring at the viewer, talking about some, I will kill Yuji Itadori myself. I have a lot of things to say about Yuta, but I'm gonna save it for later. But for now, this is a fantastic cliffhanger to the arc. But in conclusion though, although I don't like this arc as much as I remember, it's still one of the best out, gorgeously animated, and definitely the strongest new gen arc I've read. This video took so damn long to make. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.
I definitely enjoyed it. My back got a little stiff while I was watching. That's why I had to like reposition myself a couple times. But yo, this video was great. This was a great summarization to the arc. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff that he didn't cover, but you know, that's fine. It's just gonna intrigue people to, or not intrigue, but induce people to go watch it, you know? I mean, there were a lot of things about Shibuya that I loved. There were a lot of things that I didn't. But overall, so far anyway, it is my favorite arc of the show. I don't know what happens, like where they go from here. I haven't read the manga or anything, but I'm excited for when it comes back. Anyway, that's going to be it for me with this one. Hope you guys stayed. If you enjoyed my reaction to it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.